Think of Switzerland. What comes to mind? Pristine mountains, luxurious watches, and world-famous chocolate, right? A land of peace, perfection, and punctuality. But what if I told you that just beneath that calm, orderly surface lies a world of ancient, bizarre, and sometimes downright shocking customs? Beyond the postcard-perfect landscapes, you'll find a place where people celebrate the end of winter by blowing up a snowman with powerful fireworks, chase away evil spirits in terrifying monster costumes, and dedicate an entire citywide festival to onions. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the wonderfully weird side of Swiss culture. We're counting down 7 Swiss traditions that will make you question everything you thought you knew about this country. If you're a fan of discovering the world's most fascinating customs, you'll want to stick around for this. Section 1. Sechseleuten, the exploding snowman. First up, we have a tradition that sounds like it was dreamed up by a cartoon villain. In Zurich, on the 3rd Monday of April, they don't just welcome spring, they blast winter into oblivion. This is Sechseleuten, a festival whose explosive climax involves setting a giant snowman on fire. But this isn't just any snowman. This is the Bög. His name roughly translates to bogeyman, and this 11-foot-tall figure is stuffed with straw, cotton, and a serious payload of firecrackers. He's placed on top of a massive 32-foot pyre in the middle of a city square. Then, at precisely 6 p.m., as the bells of the Grossmünster Cathedral ring out, the pyre is lit. As thousands watch, guilds of horsemen in historic costumes gallop around the blazing inferno. But the main event is the Bög's head. According to local lore, the faster the flames reach his head and set off the explosives, the warmer and sunnier the summer will be. A quick explosion, under 12 minutes, is what everyone hopes for. A long, drawn-out burn promises a cold, rainy one. The record for the longest time is a staggering 57 minutes, set in 2023, which pointed to a terrible summer. The shortest was a blistering 5 minutes and 7 seconds way back in 1974. So does it actually work? Not really. A study by Switzerland's own meteorological service found no real correlation. But that doesn't stop the entire city from placing bets and cheering on the fiery end of Old Man Winter. So, if you're ever in Zurich in April and see a snowman about to explode, don't panic. It's just the Swiss way of forecasting the weather. Section 2. Cegeta, the terrifying monsters of Lötschental. Next, we journey to the remote Lötschental Valley for a tradition that looks like it's straight out of a horror movie. Meet the Cegeta. Every year, for a few weeks between February and Shrove Tuesday, this peaceful valley is terrorized by monstrous figures. These are the Cegeta, villagers dressed in terrifying, oversized wooden masks, shaggy animal furs, and a large bell tied around their waist. The masks, hand-carved from local pine, have these grotesque faces with grimacing mouths and fearsome teeth. The wearers' identities are completely hidden as they rampage through the snowy streets, trying to chase down women and children to rub their faces with icy gloves. The origin of the Cegeta is a bit of a mystery, which only makes them more terrifying. One legend talks about thieves in the Middle Ages who would disguise themselves in fur and masks to steal from villagers. Another theory suggests it started as a strange form of courtship, letting single men in a strict society interact with women anonymously. Whatever their origin, these figures are meant to embody the wild, untamed spirits of winter and drive them out before spring arrives. And while today the tradition is mostly a good-natured spectacle, running into one of these growling, fur-clad beasts in a narrow, snowy alley is still a genuinely startling experience. It's a powerful reminder that Swiss folklore has a dark, primal side that's very much alive. Section 3. Basel Fastnacht and the Morgenstreich, the 4 a.m. carnival. Our third tradition proves that the famously punctual Swiss are also masters of organized chaos. Carnivals happen all over the world, but nothing compares to the Basel Fastnacht, a 3-day spectacle so unique it is recognized as a UNESCO intangible cultural heritage. and it all begins in the dead of night with the Morgenstrike, or morning strike. On the Monday after Ash Wednesday, at exactly 4 a.m., every single light in the old town of Basel is switched off. The city plunges into absolute darkness. A profound silence falls over the thousands of people gathered in the streets. Then, on the command Morgenstreich, Vorwärtsmarsch, the magic begins. From every alley, hundreds of drumming and piccolo-playing troops, called cliques, start to march, all playing the same haunting ancient melody. The only light comes from massive, beautifully painted lanterns that the cliques carry or pull on wagons. Each one satirizes a political or social theme from the past year. It's an eerie, mesmerizing, and totally surreal experience. There are no brass bands, no shouting, just the rhythmic sound of pipes and drums filling the dark, historic streets. For the next 72 hours, the city is a whirlwind of costumed parades, satirical shows, and confetti battles. Locals even claim Basel is where the tradition of throwing confetti started. Basel Fastnacht is a time when the orderly Swiss let loose, but it starts with a moment of such disciplined and haunting beauty that it could only happen in Switzerland. Section 4. Des Alpes, the Cow Parade of Champions. For our fourth tradition, we move from the terrifying to the utterly charming, though still bizarre in its own way. This is the Des Alpes, or Alpabzug in German. It marks the end of summer, when cows descend from their high alpine pastures to their barns in the valley for winter. But this is no simple herd movement. This is a full-blown parade of champions, a celebration of the animals that are the lifeblood of the Swiss Alps. Happening all across Switzerland in September and October, the cows are decked out in magnificent floral headdresses and fitted with enormous ornate bells that clang in a deafening, hypnotic symphony. The procession is led by cowherds and children in traditional embroidered clothing, and the entire village turns out to welcome their bovine heroes home. The practice of moving cattle this way is ancient, dating back thousands of years, but these festive parades are a more recent yet deeply cherished celebration of the herd's safe return and the amazing cheese produced from their summer milk. To an outsider, the level of ceremony dedicated to cows might seem a little over the top. In some villages, you'll find alphorn players, yodelers, and flag throwers joining the party. It is a deeply serious affair that shows the profound connection between the Swiss people and their pastoral heritage. Forget Fashion Week. In the Swiss Alps, the most important runway show of the year features four-legged models wearing flowers and bells. Section 5. Unspunnenfest, the Festival of Stone Throwing. Imagine the Olympics, but if it was invented by ancient alpine farmers. That's Unspunnenfest, our fifth shocking tradition. Held only about once every 12 years near Interlaken, this festival is a massive celebration of traditional Swiss sports that seem almost superhuman. The main events are Schwingen and Steinstossen. Schwingen is a unique form of Swiss wrestling where competitors, often burly farmers, wear sturdy shorts over their trousers and try to throw their opponent onto their back in a sawdust pit. But the real showstopper is the Steinstossen, or stone throwing. We're not talking about skipping stones here. The centerpiece is the Unspunnenstein, an 83.5 kilogram, that's 184 pounds, glacial stone. The goal is simple. Take this massive, unwieldy rock and hurl it as far as you can. It's a raw, primal test of strength that attracts the strongest men from all over the country. This festival first happened in 1805 to help unite the city dwellers of Bern with the rural folk of the Bernese Oberland. Today, it's a living museum of Swiss culture, with yodeling, alphorn blowing, and traditional costumes alongside these incredible feats of strength. The sheer weight of that stone, and the power it takes to even lift it, let alone throw it, is a truly shocking and awe-inspiring sight. Section 6. Schallandamars, the ringing out of winter. For our sixth tradition, we head to the Romansh-speaking parts of Graubünden for a festival that is loud, proud, and led by children. It's called Shalanda Mars, which simply means the 1st of March, and this ancient custom is all about scaring away winter's evil spirits to welcome spring. Made world famous by the children's book A Bell for Ursli, the tradition sees the school children of each village dress in blue peasant smocks and pointed red caps. They then parade through the streets, ringing enormous cowbells and singing traditional songs. The noise is immense and clashing, a deliberate attempt to wake up the good spirits of spring from their slumber. In many villages, the procession is led by the oldest boys. For a long time, girls were often excluded from ringing the big bells, though thankfully that has been changing. The kids march from house to house, singing for donations of food and money for a school trip or a big feast. The day often includes whip-cracking competitions and sometimes even burning a straw snowman to symbolize winter's end. What's shocking is the intensity and seriousness these kids bring to their noisy task. This isn't just a cute school parade. It's seen as a vital, age-old ritual to make sure the seasons change. It's a powerful and very loud display of cultural pride passed down through generations. Section 7. Zwiebeln Markt, the Great Onion Market. Last but not least, here is a tradition that proves the Swiss can make a massive celebration out of just about anything. On the 4th Monday of November, the entire capital city of Bern transforms for the Zwiebeln Markt, the onion market. And this isn't just a corner of a farmer's market. This is a citywide festival where farmers bring over 50 tons of onions and garlic, artfully woven into beautiful braids, wreaths, and even little onion figurines. The market officially opens at 6 a.m., but true fans get there as early as 4 a.m. to snag the best onion braids. The air across Bern's old town is thick with the smell of onion tarts, onion soup, onion pizza, and sausages with onions. One popular story says the market dates back to 1405, when Bern let farmers from nearby Fribourg sell their onions in the city as a thank you for their help after a devastating fire. But it's not just about the onions. As the day goes on, the atmosphere gets more festive, fueled by mulled wine. Then, in the late afternoon, the whole city erupts into a massive confetti battle, because apparently no Swiss festival is complete without one. Dedicating an entire festival to a humble vegetable, with such passion and on such a huge scale, is a perfect example of Switzerland's wonderfully bizarre traditions. So, from exploding snowmen and terrifying monsters to onion feasts and cow parades, Switzerland is so much more than the serene, orderly country we imagine. It's a nation with a vibrant, ancient, and beautifully weird soul, where centuries-old traditions are still a vital part of life. These customs, as shocking as they might seem, give the country its unique character and prove that beneath that polished exterior, there's a wild heart beating. So the next time you think of Switzerland, don't just picture chocolate and mountain trains. Think bells, bangs, bizarre costumes, and a whole lot of beautiful weirdness. Which of these traditions shocked you the most? Would you be brave enough to face a cegetta? Or would you rather be at the Zwiebeln Markt eating an onion tart? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this glimpse into Switzerland's stranger side, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.